Well, let me throw this one out to you guys. Here's one. Jose, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, talk to us, man. As a musician who's played in a number of churches and have played in church for a while and so forth, talk about the feel or the energy of the music or the lack of it when you're using a personal monitor or headphones.
Okay, well, seeing I play a different color of instruments, well, I'll talk from drums first.
Okay.
Being a drummer, I love in-ears because just trying to hear from a wedge as a drummer is kind of ridiculous to me sitting on top of drums.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? And I like to hear how my drums sound coming through the system. And it seems like through a reg, I just never get the feel of it.
Okay.
So when I love playing through in-ears on drums with my M48, which we just moved to the M48 like maybe 2 months ago, DJ,
Right.
I
Uh
think.
huh.
I actually like them. Now, I didn't have too much of a problem with the Aviums we were using before, but I do like my M48s because it has some different effects and stuff I can add in, you know what I'm saying, to get the feel of me being live and hearing what it sounds like in the house. But I myself love using in-ears because I can hear what the mix actually sounds like from the board, like from the real sound perspective.
Yeah.
Because the wedge doesn't really give me what I need. Now,
Okay.
when I'm playing piano, I usually play with one in and one out because I like to get the ambient noise, which you can kind of get from the M48 if you turn your ambient mic up.
Yeah.
But on drums, you don't want to do that because I'm going to catch nothing but cymbals.
Right. Right.
So, but on piano, it's still good, and you can still take one out and catch both ends of it, the live perspective, and still get the kind of studio-esque sound of what's going on. But I like the
Yeah,
M48 guitar, and I've always been an advocate for in-ears, and I'm just not a fan of wedges. But
I feel the same way, man. Like I have the we of course using the My Mix, but actually my drummer and I'm a keyboard player, mostly B3 player, and we both have a sub on our riser. So
sweet.
what's great about that is we're getting not only the My Mix into our in ears, which are all closed off and everything, not only getting that, but then we're also getting the feel of the music from the sub. And that's
That's a
fantastic.
big part of it, too. Now,
Okay.
that's kind of one
Hey
thing
guys, can I ask with that? I mean, that I'm sure that's fantastic. It sounds fantastic. Sounds great. But and this is, and I think this is where the conflict comes in when it comes to engineers and musicians, because musicians think that they can take that setup and go everywhere with it.
I have to say this. I am very fortunate that we have that most of the time, just because that's what we travel with.
Okay.
So if I'm going to play, for instance, Free Chapel, that's just not going to happen.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, and I get that, but it sure is nice to have it.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Hey,
And
it's Brad Lyons here, if you don't mind me chiming in. One of the things is I'm actually a musician and an engineer, so I try to understand both points of view.
Well, we love you.
Sometimes, sometimes the issue is also when you're recording. And I'm the technical director for the USA Choral Olympic team, which sounds strange, but it really does exist. And
That's awesome.
Okay.
one of the, in fact, we won the World Championship trophy at the World Choir Games in China last year for best gospel choir in the world.
Nice.
But the challenge, though, is drums, percussion, brass section, strings, 100-piece choir, lead vocals, and also multi-track record that. Several years ago, I did a concert for this group with gospel artist Naoki, and the instrument tracks were phenomenal. However, there were so many monitors on stage, the choir mic picked up everything,
Yeah.
and it completely ruined the entire recording just because of monitors. So I was able to transition the band over time into a personal monitoring system. You know, they preferred the monitors, but they also understood, you know, hey, we prefer this in-ear system makes the recording system, it makes the overall recording come out much better. And they were willing to compromise, and I was willing to compromise. So back to my comment about everybody being on the same team, sometimes you just have to compromise to get what's going to be the best in result.
You know, speaking of the recording aspect, on the My Mix itself, this might be something you could even look into. On the My Mix, each of the My Mix units actually has an SD card.
Right.
And so you can actually multi-track record what is going into your MyMix, and then you can then take that and put that into your computer and mix it multi-track, just like Pro Tools. Well,
Yeah,
and
the thing with that is,
very cool.
the thing with that is, I think that's great if you were just recording the band. But the thing with that is, let's say if you were doing a true recording, you want each.
Oh yeah, of course.
So that, that only limits you to 16 channels.
But for instance, you're doing a choir rehearsal, and you can't have the band there at the same time as the choir. You can have the band come in and literally pre-record that in such an easy way, pre-record, and then take those tracks into rehearsal with the choir and have them sing along to what the band's actually playing.